Long in a faraway land, two friends came together to teach mortals about sleep paralysis and how that can prevent you from doing things whilst you sleep, like the Emperor Penguin. The Emperor Penguin. I was going for a Morgan Freeman.
Okay, it was like D-Man Demand is in the house. I got my best friend Ethan here, aka Brody, aka Ethan. Today we're having a very serious, very scary topic that I went through. Child sleep paralysis. I've actually gone through it twice, but the first time was much more tragic, which is weird, but tragic and traumatizing. True facts. Have you ever had sleep paralysis, Ethan?
I think I give sleep paralysis, but not that I have sleep paralysis.
Oh, okay. Well, good for you. Okay, so, a little backstory. This happened 2 years ago when I was going to school at a community college, like 15 minutes away from here. And my first class was at 9:30 in the morning. So, and I just got my dog Wyatt as a puppy. So every morning between the times of 4 and 6, I had to take him out to go do his business, come back in, feed him. And this is when I'd wait for my dad to wake up, which was around 7. And then I'd go back to sleep for like an hour, hour and a half. And then I'd get ready and then I'd go to school and go to class, right? So this happened in that time between 7 and 8:30 a.m., right? When I was trying to go back to sleep. So, this is story. My good sir. Okay. So, I tried to go back to sleep. And for some reason I couldn't. I was having difficulty going back to sleep. I was tired. I don't know why I couldn't go back to sleep. But, and then I started dozing off. You can kind of feel it when you start getting really sleepy and then you start dozing off. But then, something weird happened. I started hearing, I don't know how to describe what I was hearing. It's kind of like when you're underwater. That's what I was hearing. And it was it's really full. And it's it's really weird. And then I felt it's kind of in a state of being awake, but not being awake. It's in a world of its own, of the unconscious and consciousness. That was weird. And then I started hearing this ringing in my ear. I don't know how to describe the ringing in your ear. Kind of like if you were to pop your ears, and then you hear that ringing sound. Yeah, but it was amplified by 3 or something. I don't know. And then I started having a dream, sort of. And the dream was really weird. Remember that old pool thing that was behind the middle school that used to be there?
Yeah. Okay,
yeah. There's a legitimate pool. I started envisioning this with me and Ben Jackson. We were swimming there for some reason. I don't know. This is a friend of mine. We were swimming there, right?
Poor Ben.
Anyways, I jumped in the water, and then I couldn't get out. I couldn't find my way out. I felt like I was stuck under the water, which meant I couldn't breathe. But the thing is, I realized I was breathing. I was sitting there like I was hyperventilating. And then, at this moment, I realized I couldn't move. I couldn't open my eyes. That was the scariest part. And then it felt like there was just a lot of weight on my chest and on my head, which made it even harder to breathe, yet I was still breathing. I was very confused. I was sitting there starting to hyperventilate, freaking out. I couldn't move my mouth, but my mouth was partially open because I was asleep, and I sleep like that. So I started making these sounds to try to warn someone out there to come get me, to wake me up or something. I was like, the thing is, the ringing was so loud, I couldn't even hear me making these sounds. And then while all this was happening, I realized I could hear the TV out in the living room. So that's how I knew I wasn't asleep. I just couldn't open my eyes. I couldn't move. And that was terrifying. And then, out of nowhere, I was able to move my leg. I moved my leg, and it was over. It ended. I woke up fucking crying. I was crying. Don't you laugh at me. I was crying. I said, It's fucking 9 o'clock. My class starts at 9:30. I'm still in my pajamas. And I need to go, but I can't mentally do anything. I'm sitting on my bed right here, just. My mom walks in. Are you gonna go or not? And I'm like, no.
Dustin.
I did go to class, but that was a terrifying thing. I know my last storytime video was about the biggest fucking spider I've ever fucking seen in my fucking life. And that was very scary, but this was a lot worse. This was overly worse. And I understand that sleep paralysis, that could have been a lot worse. Because I've heard stories and I've looked up some stuff. I shouldn't have done that. That's terrifying. But it could have been a lot worse. I honestly got lucky with that. But it was still very scary to me. Not being able to move and realize that you're not asleep. That was just terrifying.
You talk about sleep paralysis. And yes, very terrifying thing, I would say. You ever had a lucid dream?
No. But I did heard those can lead to sleep paralysis.
They can. That's why I brought it up. I actually tend to have a lot of lucid dreams where I realize I'm dreaming and have semi-control over them.
I've never lucid dreamed before in my life.
They're really weird because you feel like you can do anything, but you also, it feels like it takes a lot of your thinking to get it to do it. You have to really focus on it. And lucid dreams are your brain is having a dream and it's playing, but you can pull on the dream to change things in the dream. But it takes a lot of mental power.
Yeah, I heard in lucid dreams that people can pull their fingers all the way back, pull their skin,
Yeah. I tend to move things that shouldn't be moved. I know it's kind of dumb, but say there's there's a one time I had a dream and there was Pokemon in it.
Of course.
And just it comes to my head. I remember there was a Cyniquil, if you know what a Cyniquil is, and I wanted it to be outside of the shop because I was at the shop for some weird reason, and I just was move, and I focused on it and focused on it and focused on it, and it slowly moved. Faded. It didn't move as an animal walking out. It just slided and faded through things till it was outside.
That's amazing.
And it took all my willpower to get it to do that.
I also heard lucid dreaming is bad because you're not getting to sleep. You're not sleeping.
Well, technically, you're in REM sleep, which is the best kind of sleep. But if you stay in REM REM sleep too long, it can cause problems. Overall, I know, but I don't know the super specifics of it. Speaking of weird, everyone goes through this. You know that falling feeling you have when you're feel you're waking, you wake up and you're holy son of a... That's you coming out of REM sleep, which is pretty much right after sleep. Because technically sleep paralysis happens to everybody at a certain stage of REM sleep. Everybody goes into a point where your body can't move. The only thing that can move in your body is your internal organs and your eyes during that part of sleep. And your brain comes into consciousness during that is what causes sleep paralysis. Because you should be out. You shouldn't be able to do anything. But your brain wakes up, but not all the way. So you're still frozen because you're still asleep, but you're not all the way asleep. From what I understand.
Mm-hmm. As I say, not a lot is known about sleep paralysis.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to kind of document it. So,
and there's also, I tell you what's really funny. When you have that bed and you're barely hanging off the edge, and you wake up and you feel like you fell 1,000 feet. And you're still shaking. You shake so bad that you crawl onto the floor to make sure you're not going anywhere. That's the worst dream I ever had.
Yeah, I remember this one time in high school, dude. I had a dream. Not really a dream. I was dozing off. And I felt like we're at the middle school, right? Or I was going down the steps. And all of a sudden I started flying. Not really flying, but levitating. And then I just fell down the steps.
Oh, no.
And I woke up right before I hit it. The ground. And I was like, okay.
Ground. It's that feeling you've never thought ground was a better thing in your life. You're hello, beautiful thing. Don't leave me again.
It's when you almost die, you have a near-death experience, but and then you start appreciating life. Trees, butterflies.
Ground.
Not car. Well... We kind of went off there at the end, but...
Sorry about that, everybody.
No, that's fine. That's it. I hope you enjoyed my story time. Hope you enjoyed his analysis of it and his deep, dark thinking of it or whatever.
Move Cyniquils out of your house by thinking really hard. That's what you should take away from this video.
And also, but seriously, don't try to lucid dream. It can lead to sleep paralysis, and that's a scary thing. If you've never gone through it, I don't want you to.
At least if you're gonna have lucid dreams, let them be natural.
Yeah,
Because
don't
I don't like
try.
cause mine. I just have them,
Yeah, if you cause it to happen, like there's steps that you can look up and go through lucid dreaming. Please don't. Okay, I get it's cool controlling your dreams and shit. Don't. It's not worth it, really. You're only a god to what seems like 5 minutes. Just stop, okay?
It's fun.
I'm sure.
But it's fun.
Okay, anyway, so like and subscribe, all the great stuff. See you on the next one. Peace out, y'all.